everyone, and welcome to Journey with the Kellers. My name is Amanda Keller, and today we're back in the Keller kitchen. Today we are going to be making something from the Fantastic Filled Cupcakes cookbook. And today's cupcake is a chocolate hazelnut praline cupcakes. Sounds good? So let's try it. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to do, of course, is get your cupcake or muffin pan, whatever you want to call it. You're going to line it with cupcake or muffin liners. And it says you'll need 14, so we'll see how that goes. Mine hardly ever turns out that way. I usually don't make as much as it says for some reason. Okay, and then you're going to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Okay, we got that done. All right, so now first thing you're going to do is you're going to sift together. I forgot to get my sifter out here. Here we go. All right, you're gonna sift together your flour, which you're going to need 1.5 cups of flour. So 1.5. Okay, then you're also gonna add to this your cocoa powder, which you're gonna need 1/4 cup of cocoa powder. Okay. Then you're also going to add to this espresso powder if you want to use it. It's an option on whether or not you use it. I just use it because it's in the recipe, so why not use it? I have it, so why not? Okay, so you're going to need 1 teaspoon of espresso powder if you're using it. Okay. Give you a nice little caffeine kick there. Then you're going to put in also your baking soda, which you need 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Okay, baking soda. And then 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking powder. And I don't have a 3/4 of a teaspoon, so I just use a 1/2 teaspoon and a 1/4 teaspoon. So there's 1/4 of it, and then 1/2 of a teaspoon. There we go. Okay. And then you're gonna add your salt, which you need 1/2 teaspoon of salt. It says fine salt. I'm just using regular salt today. Okay, there you go. And you're gonna sift that all up. Okay, all done. Now you're gonna set that to the side for a minute while we do the liquid ingredients, okay? All right, so you're gonna get another bowl, and in this bowl, you're going to mix together a 1/2 cup of canola oil. Sorry if you're hearing my son speak in the background. His bedroom is right above my kitchen, so you can kind of hear when he's talking loudly. Okay, so a 1/2 cup of canola oil, then 1 cup of granulated sugar. Okay. Make sure I put the right lid back on there. Then you're also going to need 1 cup of coffee, of brewed coffee. So already been brewed, stick that in there. Then you're also, or you can use hot water for that. So you can either do 1 cup of brewed coffee, 1 cup of brewed coffee, or 1 cup of hot water. Okay, and then you're also gonna add some white vinegar to this, and you need 1 tablespoon of white vinegar. If I can get it open, there we go. Okay, 1 tablespoon of that, and then 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. There you go. Okay, and now you're gonna whisk this all together. Or I'm gonna use a whisk. You could probably use a spoon if you want to. I'm just gonna use a whisk. Okay, now once you've got that kind of mixed up, you're gonna add your dry ingredients to your wet ingredients and you're going to whisk them together. It does say make sure that you don't over whisk it. Just whisk until you don't see any more streaks in it, until it's just the same, you know, all one uniform color pretty much. Almost there. Trying to make sure you get the side of the bowl. Okay, there we go. All right, so now you're gonna fill up your cupcake pans. You're going to fill each cupcake about 2/3 of the way full, and you're gonna bake it on 350 degrees for about 18 minutes. It does say to start checking them at 15 minutes. And you just keep, let's see, the cupcake, you're supposed to press your finger on top of the cupcakes, and if they spring right back, that means they are done. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these baked up, and then we'll be back as soon as they're done. Once they are done, you probably just put them, you can, I don't know, sometimes I just leave them in the pan to cool, but it's probably better to put them on a wire rack to cool so they cool off faster. Okay, so I'll be back in just a little bit and we'll start making the filling and the other stuff that goes with this. So I'll be right back. Okay, everybody, so now it is time to make the hazelnut caramel sauce. So the first thing that you're going to need to do is take a 1/3 cup of whole toasted hazelnuts and chop them up really fine into a food processor, okay? Then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to take 1.5 cups of granulated sugar and you're going to put that in a pan and melt it. Oh, I'm sorry, not 1.5 cups. Oh yeah, it is 1.5 cups. And okay. So it's I don't know why I'm saying 1.5 cups. I'm so sorry. It's 1/3 cups of granulated sugar. You're going to melt that on a medium-high heat. You're going to stir it constantly. And once all of the sugar grains are out of it, you're going to get a nice brown, not sure if you can see that real well, but a nice brown little like liquid, okay? And what you're going to do is, and you're going to want to step back when you do this. Once you get it to the brown liquid, you're going to add in 1.5 tablespoons of butter and 2.5 tablespoons of heavy cream, okay? And you're gonna mix that up vigorously, okay? It's gonna sizzle and do all kinds of stuff, as you can see, okay? And then it says, so then you're gonna place this on a low heat. So we're gonna turn this down to low. And you're gonna cook it for like, it says 1 to 2 minutes, still stirring to remelt the sugar that crystallized when you added the cream and butter. So we're just gonna keep stirring this and get it all nice and remelted. Okay. And you're basically wanting the caramel to get smooth, okay? Almost there, I think. Starting to move pretty good. Okay, I think we got it nice and smooth there. All right, now you're gonna add in your ground hazelnuts that you did and stir that up. And then you can also at this time add in, how much salt was it? 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Now the salt is optional if you want to make a salted caramel, okay? I'm not going to put the salt in. A lot of times I don't like salted caramel. I like regular caramel. So we're just going to, or caramel, whichever way you want to say it. And so now once you've got that all done, you're going to put this into a separate bowl and let it cool down to room temperature, okay? And this is going to be your filling for your cupcakes. Okay? Beautiful. All right, so I'll be right back with the next step. All right, everybody. So now that we have gotten the sauce done, which is basically the filling for the cupcakes, we're going to go ahead and make the hazelnut praline candy. So what you're going to do for this is you're going to take 3/4 a cup of granulated sugar, 3/4 of a cup of packed brown sugar, and 1/2 cup of evaporated milk, and you're going to put it in a small saucepan and heat it up on a medium temperature, okay? You're going to take this up till it's boiling and keep stirring it frequently and wait until it hits about 225 degrees on a candy thermometer, or when it hits the thread stage, okay, which means it's kind of stringy, I guess, a little bit. Okay, and we're getting up there. We are right now at about 212, so we're going to give it just a little bit more time here and see how it does. And also you want to have available for this a pan, a sheet pan with some parchment paper on it. Okay, so let's see how this is doing now. Oh, 225. Okay, so once you've got it up to 225 degrees, you're going to remove it from the heat for a minute. Keep stirring it. You're going to add in 2 tablespoons of butter, and then also a cup of whole roasted hazelnuts. Okay, kind of mix that around a little bit until you get, I think it says until it's thickening. Let's see what it says here. Oh no, you're supposed to return it to the heat. So you're going to return it to the heat now, and you're just going to keep stirring it until the mixture achieves like a soft ball stage, where a candy thermometer registers 235 degrees. So we'll just keep stirring this up until we hit the soft ball stage here. Make sure you scrape down your sides as well. You don't want anything burning. Let's hope this doesn't take too long. It shouldn't, but you never know. Let's see what it's registering as far as temperature here. Right now we're at about 209, okay? So we're just gonna keep stirring it up. Let's see where we're at here now. Getting up there. According to this, we're at 228. Doesn't seem like a softball to me yet. Make sure we have our tablespoon here ready as well, because we're going to need that. Okay. There we go. And let's see what it says here. And this says it's at about 230 right now. So we should have about 5 more degrees. To me, it's still pretty liquidy. I don't really see it forming into a soft ball, so it is thickening a little bit, I think. Okay. We're getting there. All right, so let's see what it's at now. Trying to keep stirring it while taking its temperature. Okay, we're at about 234. Give it just another like 30 seconds here or so. And you want to do this quick because it's going to kind of like start to hard up quick. Okay, we should be at 235, correct? Yes, 235. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and shut this heat off. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna take a tablespoon at a time and just put it on your pan here in little mounds. And then you're gonna let this sit and cool. And it does say it needs to cool, does it say for a couple of hours? It says let it dry completely for a couple of hours, so I'm not sure how long this will take. Hopefully it won't take that long because I'll be assembling these really late at night. And it says that the hazelnuts should be coated really well in the sauce as you're putting them on this pan, okay? All right, so I'm gonna continue to do this. And then right now we're waiting for everything to cool off. And when we come back, we will make the frosting and assemble our cupcakes. So we'll be back in a little bit. Okay, you guys, so now that everything is starting to cool off and get ready, now it's time to make our frosting, okay? So the first thing that you're going to do is you're gonna need to pull out 1 cup of unsalted butter, which is 2 sticks, and let it soften to room temperature. You're also going to need to take a cup of either chocolate chips or just chopped up chocolate and heat it in the microwave for 15 seconds at a time, stirring between each time, and just to get a smooth melted chocolate. And then you're supposed to let that cool as well, okay? So then what you're gonna do after you have all that stuff done, you're going to take some powdered sugar, and you're gonna need a bowl, of course, and a sifter. And you're going to sift together 1.5 cups of powdered sugar. So there's 1 cup and a 1/2 cup. And then also a 1/4 of a cup, let me make sure I have that correct. Yes, and then a 1/4 of a cup of cocoa powder, okay? Hello, Mercedes. No, you don't need any of that. You can't have chocolate. And you're just gonna sift that together, okay? My puppy is like almost trying to climb my leg. She must smell something really good. All right, get that all sifted together. Now, after you have this sifted together, you can set it to the side, and you wanna take those 2 sticks of butter that you set out to warm up and put them in a bowl, in a large bowl, and you're going to basically beat them up with a hand mixer until they're nice and fluffy and white, or turning white. It says it should take about 4 minutes, okay? Now I've already done that. As you can see, I have my butter here nice and done. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna shut your hand mixer off, then you're gonna add your dry ingredients to this. And then you're gonna mix that on a low at first, I'm pretty sure is what it says. Yeah, mix on low speed to combine, and then increase the speed to medium and beat for 1 minute. So we're gonna do that here. And it says to make sure that you scrape down the walls and stuff of the bowl if you need to. Think whenever I'm mixing butter with like dry ingredients and you're not using like any other kind of liquid, I always think this is never gonna mix in, but eventually it does. Oops, my cups are getting stuck in the cord there. There we go. All right, starting to get mixed up here, so let's turn it up a little bit. And actually, before I turn it up all the way, let's give this bowl a little scrape down here. Whoops. Okay, there we go. All right, so now we're gonna mix it on a medium speed for about a minute. it down with my hand. Whoopsie. Make sure my hand's back off the buttons. Okay. Look, it does look like a batter. Imagine that. All right, so now to this, you're gonna add your melted chocolate, which mine hopefully isn't too hard because I don't, you know, can cool off pretty good and harden back up, but it looks like it's okay. It's still kind of soft, not completely. Let's make sure we get that off of the spoon. There we go. All right, so now you're gonna mix this in. Okay, and then after you have that mixed in, let me rinse my finger off here. Then you're gonna add in your vanilla. All right, oh, did I bring mine? Oh, I left them over here, sorry about that. All right, so now you're gonna add in your vanilla. And you need 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Oops, don't want that in there. Okay, so 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Go. Get this out of the way. And you're just gonna mix that in real quick. Beautiful. Okay, you guys, so that gets the frosting done. So what you're gonna do next is fill up a little frosting bag. You can have one with a tip on it, or you could just use a Ziploc bag and cut the corner off. It's up to you how you wanna do it. So let me get this filled up and then I will be back and we'll assemble our cupcakes. So I'll be back in just a minute. All right, you guys, so now we have gotten the cupcakes ready. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and assemble these. Now, my caramel sauce got a little bit hard, so I went ahead and put it in the microwave for about, I don't know, I did like 2 15-second intervals just to soften it up a little bit. So you guys can do that too if that happens with you. Okay, so I'm just gonna pick a cupcake here. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna take this little center piece out, okay? And you don't need that, so you can just discard it, or you can eat it if you want, whichever way you wanna go. You're just gonna make a little hole in the cupcake, okay? And then you're going to add your caramel sauce to it, if it'll go. Okay, there we go. Okay, got that in there. Now, you're going to take your frosting, which I forgot to cut the tip off here, so hold on just a second. Okay, and so for your frosting, you can have a fairly, if you want to use, you know, if you have like an actual cake decorating tip, you can use a fairly good size one with a good size hole, because you're just doing spirals. You're not doing anything fancy with this. All right, I have some of these bags that already come with a tip on them, and then you just cut the tip to the size that you want. So I just kind of guess it and put it on there. Okay, so you're gonna start in the middle, and you're just gonna do a spiral all the way around. And then you're just gonna start coming up a little bit. And then you make a point, okay? Just like that. Now, to finish this off, you're gonna get your little candies, which mine aren't quite dry yet, but that's okay. We'll just grab what we can here. If I can. It's a little bit, there we go. We'll just get like 3 of them. Okay, so mine's not dry yet, so make sure you want, you know, get it all the way dry, okay? So let's go ahead and prop this up. So look at that. Isn't that cute, you guys? All right, so this is a chocolate hazelnut praline cupcake, and it looks awesome. I love it. I love simple recipes. That's what I love. This was pretty simple. Okay, so it may have been taking a little long, but it's still simple. All right, so let's go ahead and give this a try, and then I will finish decorating the rest of my cupcakes, and we'll see you guys after that. Well, with the next video anyways. All right, so here we go. Ooh. Ooh, you guys, that's delicious. I gotta try one of these candied macadamia nuts here too. That's a delicious cupcake. And I'm telling you, I'm not big on chocolate cake, but that is superb. All right, you guys, so I hope you like this video today. Like and subscribe if you like, or don't if you don't, whichever way you want to go. Everybody have a good day. Enjoy your cooking, and we'll see you next time. Bye.